Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Living with Low Vision with Fernanda. In case you don't know, I'm Fernanda. Just want to say welcome to you guys. In today's video, I will be making my version of a Chilean chicken empanadas. So you may ask, what is an empanada? An empanada is a type of baked or fried pastry consisting of pastry and filling. I mean, some people can have cheese empanadas, some people can have beef empanadas, some people can have chicken or seafood, whatever. The empanadas are, you can put anything in it. Yeah, so it's most common in Latin American cultures or the Filipino culture. So what is the difference of the empanadas? In every country, they have their own different recipes. Chilean-style empanadas are called Pino. I mean, the filling is called Pino. So which is a seasoned meat mixture. Well, in this video I've used chicken, of course, with onions and raisins. Over here we call them sultanas, and black Spanish olives. I prefer pitted, but everyone to each their own. And hard-boiled eggs. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what had inspired me to do this recipe. I have not seen a recipe like this on YouTube. There was a bakery slash cafe I would go to when I was growing up called La Selecta in Liverpool. For me it's a bit far now, considering where I live, so it's normally 2 trains and 2 buses to get there, which I thought, you know what, I'll try and remember all the tastes and everything, the spices, the consistency of the chicken, little things like that, and it actually came out really good. So la señora Andrea, she has a beautiful hand of cooking. Like she makes the churrasco, chacarero, lo barroluco, lo pastel de choclo. You may be asking, what the heck is she saying? Chacarero, churrasco, and barroluco is a steak style sandwich with, could have, barroluco has cheese. Yeah? What happened? Sorry, I get passionate when I talk about Chilean cuisines. And like I was saying, I was inspired by the way she had made this chicken pino. I've never tried this with anyone else, especially going to Chile, coming back. I've never tried this with another lady that I buy empanadas from, because I did not know how to make it. I was too lazy. I was thinking, you know what, I'll pay $4 and they'll deliver it home. No. So I've learned how to cook it, and this is my own recipe. This is not anyone else's recipe, and like I said, señora Andrea from La Selecta has inspired me to make this recipe. It's not exactly the same as hers, but I think it tastes similar. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. And so for the filling of empanadas, you need at least 600 grams of chicken breast, salt, macan, or you can add red chili flakes, it's up to you, up to your liking, cumin, onion, and garlic. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of oil to my slow cooker. Just a drizzle of oil. Add some onions. So there's the oil. So I've chucked the frozen onions. And I'm just going to chuck 1 chicken breast, 2 chicken breast, now I'm going to add 1, that's half, 1, teaspoons of salt. Just a little bit of merkin, just a little. Guillermo, out of there. And a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin. Add a little bit of water, just a little, so I can slow cook. 1 teaspoon of garlic. Let the chicken sit there for a couple hours, slow cook it for at least 4 or 5 hours. So right now just cut 100 grams of butter. In front of me on my left I have 500 milliliters of warm water, 4 cups of flour, salt, butter, 100 grams of butter. So I'm just going to add the 4 cups of flour to a large mixing bowl. So I'm doing it with my right hand. Just put your hands inside the flour, make a little dip or a little hole. Add half a teaspoon of salt to the flour. Add 2 eggs. Actually 2 egg yolks to the flour. Mind you, just melt the butter in the microwave, the 100 grams of butter. So now I'm just going to the microwave to get the butter. So slowly you will see me back on the screen. Okay, now I'm just slowly putting the butter in with the flour, with the eggs, with the salt. So I've tipped the whole butter, melted butter inside. Sorry, I'm just wondering where I disappeared to. Just left that sitting there. So I was just washing my hands. So I'm just going to put on a food preparation glove because I don't like dough getting stuck to my fingers. It's up to you. Some people don't like wearing gloves. Depends on the day and depends how I feel, especially like these are extremely hot. Like the butter, now I'm adding the warm water gradually. I'm not tipping the whole 500. So with my right hand, I'm just mixing the butter, the eggs, the flour, and the salt. Just mixing it slowly with my hands. And keep doing it and keep adding water until you feel like a soft dough-like sensation between your hands. Until you can feel the dough is now nice and set with your hands. Just wrap it around a clean cotton cloth and let it sit there for half an hour. So I've left this resting for half an hour, and now I'm just going to take piece by piece and knead it with a rolling pin. So I'm just going to put flour on the rolling pin so the dough does not stick. And I did add flour to my kitchen bench, so the dough won't stick there. I normally go overboard. There's a lot of white flour on my bench, and a lot of flour on my rolling pin. So now I'm just going to pinch a handful of dough. I'm just going to knead it with my hands, roll it up in the ball, add a little bit of flour, just roll it into a ball, and just so I'm just going to put it on the bench and knead with both hands with the rolling pin. So the method I'm using today is the plate method. So you can use cups, mugs. I didn't have a cookie cutter that was large enough, so I thought I'll just grab a medium-sized plate and cut around it. So I've got the plate right in my hand. I've put it on the dough because I've rolled it to, like, I'll say 1 centimeter. So I've actually gone to grab a knife, and with the circular motion of the plate, I will just use that as a guide and just cut my dough. So I'm just slowly doing it, just around and round and round. And with what's left over the dough, I will add it to I'll just add it to the dough that I have sitting on my right. So I will slowly take off the excess dough and leave the circular dough that I'm going to use for the empanada resting. So I've done that, and I've actually gone to grab a smaller plate because I realized that plate was quite big. So I'm using a plate that I use to put my teacups on top. Especially in winter, I'm having a lot of tea lately, chamomile, cinnamon, cinnamon, mint tea. I don't know why, I just like having tea around winter. Around summer, it's normally peach iced tea, but yeah. So I'm going to keep kneading and kneading and kneading with the rolling pin. So I've got it so I've got the plate right in front of me, and same with this same procedure, just grab a knife, slowly cut around the plate that's placed on the dough for the circular motion, because I need that as a guide. And now I'm just going to take off the excess dough, and I'm going to repeat it with all the rest of the dough that I have there. So I'm going to remove the plate and let that little dough to rest. Okay, now I've got the new dough in front of me, so I'm going to add the chicken that I've slowly cooked, just for the filling. So I've actually got a little bit. I'm just adding some olives, pitted olives. I couldn't find any sliced pitted olives, so I've put in the whole olives that I pitted. I forgot to mention the hard-boiled eggs, so I've actually sliced them. And I'm just using a little bit of the juice of the slow-cooked chicken on the edge of the dough. I'm actually adding more chicken. I think I couldn't shut it. So now you just put the filling on half the empanada, the top half. And with my hands, I'm just closing the shell of the shell of the empanada. So I'm just going to fold it like an envelope. So I'm folding one side. Now I'm folding the other side, and now I have to fold the top half. The top part. So I've done that, so it comes out like a little envelope. So I'm going to repeat that with the other empanadas. So I've now completed my empanadas, setting them up with all the filling inside. So I'm just going to preheat the oven till 200. My oven's not fan forced. If you have fan forced, 180 would be appropriate. So I'm slowly putting the empanadas one by one. I think I should mention, make sure the empanada is not wet with the juices of the chicken, because it actually makes it fall apart in the oven. So I'm just slowly putting the empanadas in 2 trays. I think in total I made seven small empanadas and 1 big one, which I gave to my brother. I've actually put grease paper or baking paper underneath. You can actually grease the tray with butter if you want, but I just prefer using grease papers. Yeah, so I just want to grab another tray, put some liners in the tray. So in total I just made 2 trays of empanadas. So while I place the empanadas in the second tray, I think I've only put 3 in this tray, I could be wrong. I think I should mention that you should grab 1 egg yolk, beat it with a fork or a whisk, I prefer a fork, and use a cooking brush, I think that's the term, and just paint the empanadas so when you put it in the oven it actually comes out golden and very crispy. I'm just adjusting my camera. I was listening to music while I was doing this, while Guillermo was in the background watching TV. So I've just painted gently with the egg yolk on the empanadas. I only used 1 egg yolk and actually lasted for all the empanadas. So from this angle I can see that I've made 8 empanadas in total. So this recipe should suffice for 8 empanadas. Right now I'm just putting the empanadas in the oven, one by one, I mean by the trays. I will let it sit there for 30 to 35 minutes, just check them intervals, but normally just between 30 and 35 minutes. So I've just shut the oven door. So in here I could only fit 6 empanadas and I got one over there. It's waiting to be eaten. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've put the link down below for the merken if you want to order it. Or you can do it without merken. It's easy, just add the cumin and the salt. And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and press the notification button for the video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I am currently editing some more, so hopefully I get them in the next couple of weeks out. Thanks guys, bye!
Bye.